What's going on, YouTube? So this is a quick update, week 6 of my Achilles tendon rupture, non-operative. Having really good success. I think things are coming along really good. So I guess biggest milestone for week 6 is I'm completely out of wedges inside of my boot. This morning I had a heel cup, like a silicone little heel cup, and usually I'd say usually around midday is the best part of the day for me as far as like weight bearing and walking around and not feeling any kind of pressure or hurting at all. The mornings are a little bit more tender, and I kind of had to get out of the house quick this morning, so I didn't really have time to like run through my exercises, stretches, and kind of warm that tendon up. So I just kind of, for a little bit, I did, but then put it in a boot and had to really limp with one crutch just to kind of, it just felt uncomfortable. Again, not really being able to do too much with it before I got out of the house. But it, walking around on the job, it got to where it was fine, and I didn't need a crutch. So no more wedges inside the boot. It's the first time you're watching. That's where I started. That's a lot. I know there's a lot of different kinds of wedges. This is probably super aggressive. This is just what the orthopedist I first went to get the boot from. This is what they gave me, and they said just whatever's comfortable. So we put it in a boot, going from my splint that was super plantar flex to this just felt normal. But again, as time went on and I'm trying to start doing a little bit of weight bearing on that foot, it just felt so uncomfortable in the boot because my ankle is way too high up. It's just not supposed to be in a boot that way. Now that I have no wedges in it, it's actually really comfortable in the boot. But so in the last week, since week 5 update, when I started week 5, I still had this. Well, a couple of days after I saw the ortho and was doing exercises and everything, I, took that one out. And this last little wedge really is more of just like a heel cup. So it's only about 1/8 of an inch plus this, maybe 2 centimeters, something like that. So that's all gone now. Walking around, getting around. I still use my knee rover in the evenings when I just, kind of, my foot's had it and I want to give it a rest. And I do still sleep in the splint. It's just more comfortable for me now. I don't use both of the ace wraps on anymore. If I had a long enough sock, I would just pull that over it. But still the splint and just one little bandage wrap around it. It's just more comfortable for me. Eventually I'll get to the point where I'm not sleeping with it right now. I'm just scared I'm going to pull the cover because I toss and turn a lot, and that it's going to snag it and just pull it up. Don't want to risk re-injury. But other than that, I'm really just getting around on the boot, just walking around on the boot. I still have to do the video of reviewing mobility and getting around, but so far I've used every single one of my mobility options. The iWalk 3.0 has been great. Like when I first started getting back to work or getting around the house, because just myself, I don't like sitting still, so really just want to have both hands, not using the crutches, not having to hold on one hand to the scooter. iWalk's been great for that. But now it's mostly just no crutches getting around, and a big part of it was mental. Mentally just kind of letting myself figure out that it's okay to put some weight on it and not being, so psyched out about it. Because I've seen other videos where people are like 10, 11 weeks and they're still in a wedge and they're barely weight bearing. Again, just the research I did, talking to my ortho, early weight bearing for the non-operative was like crucial to recovery and rehab. So that's where I went, and this is week 6 and it's going really, really good. Yesterday I did probably 5,000 steps in the boot with no crutches. So for me, I'm not pushing it. Again, do whatever you're comfortable with. My body is comfortable with that. I'm used to being on my feet working. Grew up playing sports, very active. So it's not so much that it hurts. It's just uncomfortable. But that's you'll work through that, and then in the evenings once I take the boot off before I split it, I'll go through my stretches and then I'll rest. And within 5 minutes of being out of the boot, it feels like there's no pain whatsoever. So it's just a little bit of discomfort at this point. When I first start in the mornings and put my foot in my heel in the boot, it is, I joke and say it's spicy. Like it's just a little, it feels a little, so, but I kind of ease into it, and it's done really good. My physical therapist, I'll probably be seeing him in another week. But he just gave me exercises just to be doing until then. Let me see. Still doing the same exercises that he gave me. I don't know if I ever did. I'll have a video for that if I didn't put that one up yet. Just going over the exercises I've been doing for the last week and a half. These are probably 2 to 3 times a day I like to do them. But other than that, I'm just always wiggling my toes. Like wiggling my toes and trying to get some movement back in my foot, just kind of squeeze the muscles. Don't jolt your foot and do anything stupid and hurt your tendon. It'll kind of, you'll feel it. It'll give when it doesn't like what you're doing. So that's a week 6 update. Appreciate you guys following. Just there will be more videos. I'm going to continue to do a week-to-week update, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.